माहौल और मूड का मामला है जो इन दिनों सभी तरफ जोश और मजा गायब मिलेगा। जयपुर लिटरेचर फेस्टिवल में भी ऐसा ही लगा। सन 2022 में क्योंकि कोविड से बाहर निकले ही इसलिए पिछले साल जयपुर लिटरेचर फेस्टिवल का हो सकना ही बड़ी बात है। इसलिए जनवरी 2023 के जेएलएफ में तो जोशीला माहौल होना था, वैसे ही जैसे जयपुर में डिकी हाउस के पुराने ठिकाने में हुआ करता था। लेकिन ना जोश, ना वैसी सजावट और ना पुरानी गहमा गहमी और रंगीनियां थी। मेरा मानना है जेएलएफ के पुराने तमाम दीवाने ये सोचते हुए होंगे कि पहले कैसी रौनक हुआ करती थी और अब कैसी। भीड़ और कारोबार पना भले ज्यादा हो, 5 स्टार होटल का जलवा भी है, मगर वह मजा, वह आनंद और नएपन की वह मौलिकता नहीं है जो कभी जेएलएफ की खूबी हुआ करती थी। नमस्ते, मैं श्रुति व्यास। वैसे अच्छा लगता है वीवीआईपी एलीट क्रीमी जमात के जमावड़े में खास चेहरों का आम चेहरों की तरह घूमना। वह देखो, दीप्ति नवल जा रही है, नोबेल प्राइज विनर अब्दुल रज़ाक एक्सप्लोरिंग द ग्राउंड्स ऑफ द फेस्टिवल। अच्छा है जो शोभा डे कह रही है मेरे जवाब पर ताली बजाना इज नॉट रियली मैंडेटरी। ऐसा ही नेता सीपी जोशी मेवाड़ पर किताब के विमोचन में मौजूद। संदेह नहीं है कि साहित्य की दुनिया के बड़े नाम जयपुर पहुंचे हुए हैं। After all, the attention this year was given to big names, particularly dropping the spotlight on South Asian literature, its writers and their translations and translators. Sessions are designed to keep in mind and consideration the insatiable appetite for politics, history, international affairs, poetry, languages, and women. Entertainment was thrown to keep the otherwise non-literary crowd happy and satiate. As for the literati, the publishers, for the creme of that world, there exists no other setting that is as pleasing as an effervescent warm afternoon of Jaipur, for meeting, exchanging perspectives and worldly views over a glass of wine and soaking into the regality of literature. मतलब सब कुछ, बावजूद इसके, there is a but, like there always is. This year, JLF has lost the oomphy charm it once held. The craze and charisma seemed faded in the full year of the post-pandemic time. It was flat. पर सबसे बड़ी खटकने वाली बात आयोजकों के लिए मीडिया का अर्थ। Even though 11 big names of the media industry are supporting and sponsoring the event, the access and the accessibility for them is limited. They no longer hold the ringside view, top view, which was once available at the Diggi Palace. Maybe which is why the Delhi press, along with local presswala, seem less interested about reporting and covering the event this year. But there was a time, seen as a Delhi media wali, the craze and the rush among my own to reach Jaipur and get in the line of reporting, of conducting interviews, of meeting and mingling. This year, and has been so for the past few years now, the editors seem no longer interested in having large spreads of author interviews, JLF diaries, or a photo album of the paraphernalia of the festival. In the time of Dicky, the press had a ringside, top-angle view of the festival. There were no boundaries, no access barred. There was freedom of movement and speech, literally. In truer sense, the mood was jovial, light, perfumed with conversations and warm sunshine. This year, a lot has changed and become truly capitalized, corporatized, like all other things. बड़ी बात यह भी कि अब मेले में आने वालों से फीस ली जाने लगी है और मेले के भीतर सब महंगा। In a first, the entry no longer is free, rather comes with a fee of rupees 200. For students and young minds, 5-day registration fee is rupees 100. The schedule of the festival costs rupees 10, and for everything else, food, drinks, shopping, payment is only through UPI. It's a cashless festival where cash is being made at every point. रही बात पहले दिन की, it was a slow day at the JLF. The crowd was dim, the colors of the festival faded, the vibrant decorations amiss. A festival regular first impression on seeing the entryway was, ये शादी का टेंट क्यों लगा दिया? मगर हाँ, फेस्टिवल की शुरुआत अब्दुल रज़ाक के एक लाजवाब स्टेटमेंट से शुरू हुई। उन्होंने कहा, writing is a form of resistance to forgetfulness, to distraction, to neglect, to let what we know and what we remember to pass away. Or learning and understanding about Bernardine Evaristo's style of writing in fusion fiction. But for the crowd, they gathered to hear Usha Uttav's rendition of James Bond Skyfall, to listening to Shobha De's recipe for being young at 75, or to gain नैन सुख by hearing and listening to Shashi Tharoor. इस साल फेस्टिवल में हिंदी और भारतीय भाषाओं पर ज्यादा ही चर्चा है, which is heartening because there was a time when the organizers of the festival used to cringe on Hindi and its vernacularity. So much so that the Hindi press, the local press of Jaipur, were looked down and denied access. And Hindi literature, it was given one slot per day. But it is no longer so, partly because of the rise of new mode of the new India. Today, the festival is abundance of Hindi, both in walking and talking. Yet the enthusiasm of the crowd was weak. I had imagined the accolade and popularity Gitanjali Shri, her book, and translator Daisy Rockwell had amassed, there would be throngs of people overflowing the front lawn to listen to them. But it was just another collection of the few who were interested to listen to them. लगता ऐसा है कि फेस्टिवल एक रूटीन में ढल गया है. A stroll through the venue from going in and out of different tents, I realized GLF has become monotonous. The ring, the interest ebbed. And a major reason, every year, year by year, despite few big names from literature being added, the old lone names continue to retain their hold. फिर वही शशि थरूर, पुष्पेश पंत, शोभा डे, गुलजार, जावेद अख्तर, रवीश कुमार and the ilk queued up. कितना कोई सुन सकता है इन लोगों को? कहते हैं लिटरेचर का कुंभ, बट वही same views of the same lot that has been heard over and over again through different platforms. The freshness, the vigor with which JLF had once started has now become stale. Despite a new venue, same old faces are moderating and releasing books. A festival that prides itself on its democratic principles, yet keeping entry restricted and paid for everyone to anyone. And despite boosting hordes of corporate sponsors, minting money from Aam Aadmi, wherein the Khas Aadmi of literature goes empty-handed with a stole around his or her neck. कह सकते हैं कुछ लिटरेरी लोगों की अच्छी निजी कोशिश से जेएलएफ जैसे गैर सरकारी साहित्य कुंभ बना वह कमर्शियल हो गया है. ऐसा होना बहुत खराब है. Truly, it could happen only in India, where in the name of literature, its soul is being sold off. आज के लिए बस इतना ही. Thank you for listening. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel for all the latest gossip on politics and my take on world affairs.